Get ready to rock out with your talk out. It's the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. We are live on Rock Rage Live on Facebook. Don't forget, guys, to check that out. We do this typically on Mondays. We're doing it on a Wednesday this week because of some scheduling things, and then we need to talk about next week because next week is not going to be Monday either.
Oh,
what works for you next week?
I don't know. The schedule's not out.
Okay. So I could.
What day do I want to call it sick?
The day I can't. The only day I can't is Monday. The band has to have a rehearsal. We have a gig coming up. We had a pretty good rehearsal last night. Mm-hmm. But I really want to make sure we, get it real tight. Yeah, to really, tighten things down a bit. Yeah. But so Loudini Rock and Roll Circus here. We have Mr. Pittsburgh. What's up, Mr. Pittsburgh?
What's happening, everybody?
Don't forget to check out rockrageradio.com, musicfromthe412.com. Both places for amazing, great music, oriented content 24/7. And please come and hang out with us at innercircle.loulombardi.com. That's just a link that I created to get you into our Facebook group, our private Facebook group on Facebook. One of the things I noticed about our group, that I belong to a bunch of different guitar groups, and by the way, our group is Lou Lombardi's Inner Guitar Circle. So especially if you're really into guitar, that's what we're doing there. And you could post your videos of your stuff playing, and we talk about it and everything. Everybody's cool. Nobody's gonna be like, you suck, man. Right. Nothing like that. So some of these guitar groups, like members, there's so much this annoying posts we've been seeing on the Rock Rage Radio page. It's like a thumbs up if you like Ozzy, and a heart if you like Fred Durst. That was one I saw today. What? Like these, what's going on? One of these is not like the other. And there's these people post them. Oh, name a guitar player other than Jimi Hendrix. It's well, there's none of that. We don't. I moderate the thing. I do not put up with any shenanigans like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's actual stuff. So there isn't always tons and tons of posting. But what we do post every day is we try to keep it interesting, meaningful, and not just flaming nonsense. I vet everybody who comes in, and people, if somebody sees something that looks goofy, somebody will message me and say, hey, check this out, there's an issue, and we'll take care of it. But I mean, it's not like a lot of these other groups, because a lot of these other groups are not private groups. They're just wide open. Anybody can join. Anybody can, and they're, oh my God, you get so much nonsense. So many people just asking the same question over and over and over and over. And then you also get a lot of the other thing I don't put up with are I just want to win shenanigans. In some of these other groups, there's always the know-it-alls. Right. They don't say stuff like, I'm in a, for instance, I'm in a group, Pedal Boards 101 or something like that. Sure. I'm a pedal nerd, and so I like looking at stuff like that, and I'm just kind of there to check out people's pedal. What's interesting? Oh, he's using that one. It's kind of cool, whatever. But there's always people that are like, dude, that's so stupid. I can't believe how you wired that. You're a fucking idiot. Yeah. It's they know everything. If you really want it to be good, everything should be true bypass. Those kind of people that just have to they make it shitty for everybody.
Just shut up.
Bill Damiano says, I think Wednesday is a better day.
Yeah, tell my work that.
That's Bill's day. Bill Damiano is here. Love Bill.
Hi, Bill.
Please patronize Bill at musicfromthe412.com. Yeah. So my group, we don't have any of that garbage. And we're not home, we don't play that. So I need to ask you a question, Mr. Pittsburgh.
Please. That's why I'm here.
Okay, so I have to ask you a question. We're going to get into... I got this question. Okay. Whenever you watch, say, let's go back in day. Let's go back a little. Okay. Say in the late 1970s. We'll start there.
Sure.
In the late 1970s.
Remember it well.
If something came on Channel 4, that you didn't like, what would you do?
I'd change the channel.
To 2, 11, 53, 13, 22, 13 even.
You want to get smart or something?
Yeah. No, something like that, Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Okay. if you do not like what the content that you are viewing,
right,
there is literally no reason in 2025 to view or hear anything you don't really want to hear.
Exactly.
I get like, I get it like some people on the internet, like on Facebook and stuff, would be like, oh my God, I hate this song. I'm so sick of this artist or that artist. I'm like, I never hear that artist. And it turns out some people are in situations where there's music being played like at work and they don't they can't really do anything.
Can't change
and that's different. Yeah. I get that. But barring that,
yes.
Okay, in your car, in your house, with your friends, whatever, out for a walk with your mobile device, there's no reason to hear any content that you do not like or that offends you. Right. Don't fucking shoot people.
Right.
I mean, this is fucking sickening. I'm sorry. It's fucking sickening where Charlie Kirk got whacked. Essentially, that's what it was. And look, man, agree, disagree, whatever, man. I don't give a fuck about your fifis, okay?
Right.
Your butt hurt. You don't need to be butt hurt. Guess what? You don't have to look at it. You never had to watch a second of Charlie Kirk if that bothered you. There's, every social media platform has some equivalent of block. Or like Facebook has a little X that appears up, and you can say, I don't like this post. We will thank you for letting us know. We will adjust your feed so you don't see this or whatever. There is literally no reason. Turn it the fuck off. Don't go getting a firearm and ruining,
countless lives.
Lots of lives. Because it isn't just his life that's fucked. It's like all the people that really loved and cared about him. I mean, I saw Tim Pool today crying on his show. I mean, like, Tim never comes across as like an emotional guy. Right. Other people get emotional around him, and he, what I mean, he maintains. He's like, I mean, like, and then the poor man's family, and like, I mean, like, there's nothing cool. I don't know what your fucking problem is, and don't come at me with nothing, because Loudini ain't having it, okay?
No.
We're Gen X here, okay? And Gen X changed fucking channel when we don't like something. Period. Period.
Yeah.
Period. There is no reason, none, zip, zilch, zero. So I wanted to get that out of the way because I've been like, I'm a little froggy and stuff. I got a little emotional about it myself because, I don't do what Charlie Kirk does, but I am in the space of content creation and voicing sometimes opinions that people don't like. You know what I mean? I have hot takes. There's things that, like, I'm going to give you a hot take right now. I don't like the movie The Breakfast Club. I don't like it.
Who are you?
Exactly. I do not like the movie. It's supposed to be my generation's movie. It's like kind of like, the voice of Jen. Right. I never liked it. Right. Yeah, I don't like it. I saw it once and I was like, man, I just don't like this. I thought, anyways, but that's what?
No, hold on. Let's take a look at the situation here. Let's see what's happening here, people. And this is what you need to do. I happen to like The Breakfast Club. I disagree with Lou. Lou disagrees with me. Do you see me yelling at him, punching him? Shooting him. I didn't want to say it, but I don't No, dude, he's my friend. I appreciate it. I can dig what he's saying.
You don't have to agree. That's fine.
No, you don't have to agree.
It's just my personal opinion.
I don't agree, but that's okay. That's fine.
So, and then maybe we should do a discussion on the Breakfast Club at some point because I'm interested in why, and I'm interested to share my reasons why I don't like it too. Not because I just want to shit on the movie. I think I have some legitimate ideas about it. Anyways, so that's total fucking bullshit. So I have to mention that. Okay, we're going to go in reverse order here of kind of stuff that happened. The other thing is, and this is horrible, and I'm going to try not to get choked up on this, but that poor young lady.
Yes.
From Ukraine.
Exactly.
God damn it. Come on, guys. I'm gonna say 2 words to you.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And if Rock Rage Radio doesn't like it, John can message me and say, don't do it again. But I'm gonna say 2 words. I'm gonna say Nick Fuentes. I don't know if you know who he is. Look him up and get his take on the whole, the people in our society who claim they're constantly being discriminated against. That's sector, if we shall call it that.
Yeah.
He says the quiet part out loud.
Okay.
And there are some statistics that would the kind of thing, probably one of the reasons why somebody shot Charlie Kirk. There are some actual statistics that show shit that really would make you question what's going on. But this is absolute horseshit. That guy should not have been on the streets. Even his own mother was at the judge saying he is dangerous. He shouldn't be free.
Yes.
Okay? You know what I mean? We have we've turned everything into activism, and everybody's got an axe to grind, and the fucking bench, Mr. Judge people out there, is not the place to grind your axe. Okay,
Right.
it's a place to use your fucking head and say, "Well, wait a minute here. This dude he's a
not
loose
quite,
cannon. You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like this
Not quite there.
should absolutely not have happened, and it's disgusting that." A year ago, the guy on the subway that was a little bit of a vigilante and tried to help those people and ended up killing that guy, that was on TV 24/7. But this thing where there is clear video of exactly what happened, there's no like hiding nothing on this. His crickets from the mainstream media. I'm sorry, I don't want to sound like fucking Rush Limbaugh, but come on. Fucking come on.
Yeah.
This is why y'all are like, there are YouTube channels that get more views than MSNBC, CNN, ABC, CBS. I mean, like, it's like nobody's watching that shit. Anyways.
Yep,
So,
I hear you.
and it just goes to show you how the disconnect between what we're doing, people here on the, in the podcasting space and the YouTube space. I do a lot of shout outs to people on YouTube because I believe in that platform as well. I think there's a lot of great content. It goes to show you, like, how effective this can really be.
Exactly.
Anyway, so that's, I just had to mention those two things. It's like kind of a dark week, and we're gonna move on from this and try to have we are going to have some fun. But I just had to like get this off my chest. Number 3, okay. There is one more thing, and this is the most lighthearted of the things.
Okay.
The fucking the baseball. Did you see the thing with the baseball? Like, what the fuck? I mean, like. I'm like, really? And she was white. It was terrible.
Hey man,
But wait a minute.
Go ahead.
I have a question about. Did you actually see the actual video of the whole thing?
Not the first time, but I eventually was able.
Okay,
to
I did too. So I just want to make sure we have a frame of reference. So,
okay, go ahead.
So the way I saw it, the ball landed like in one section. And not to knock on that kid, but that kid's dad, he like jumped over people to go grab that ball. Yeah. Now, shouldn't have been the people who were sitting in that section get the ball.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Okay. So, like, I don't want to take nothing from a little kid. And if I was there and that would have happened, I'd be like, okay, guys trying to do something nice for a kid. I would have been. And I think all the other people around there kind of shrugged and said, oh, just give it a first kid. Like, but, it's cool. Like, let it go, whatever. You know what I mean? Okay. But that was still kind of douchey. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, the lesson to teach the kid is, see, son, sometimes you're really close and you don't quite catch it, but that's okay. You come back next week for next week's game, and you still enjoy it. Like, it would have been a teachable moment. Sure, you know what I mean. Sure. Had that happen. He jumps over people and everything. Get out of my way, And then but she's way worse. Yeah, I guess they're putting her on the jumbotron now.
They're really like the couple from Coldplay. Yeah.
It's like too much. Okay, so like I wanted to bring it into something that's more lighthearted.
Yes.
But I mean, okay, so you kind of thought maybe the same thing, that it was a
because I always saw the part where she's yanking it out of his hands.
Yeah.
But then I saw the whole thing where, like you said, he went over an entire row, and she was I think she was like almost touching it when he snatched it out of her hands, and she looked up like, "Hey, that was my ball, right?" And I
think that when he gave it to his kid, she probably would have scored way more points if she'd went, and walked away. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then it might have been on camera that, look at this guy running around, he's stealing this ball. Like, I could have gone the other way. Anyways, these are all sort of like symptoms of our society right now. That's because it's because your music sucks. And your movies suck. And the television shows suck. Yeah. I'm going to next week. I have a great a YouTube video I want to talk about, produced by a young lady. Who it's called something like why why the music you like sucks and why it's not your fault or something like that.
Okay.
And she's young. She's not, like Rick Beato will get shit for this because he's like a Gen
Right.
like very end of the boomers, beginning of the Gen X.
Gen X, yeah.
And so he'll get like old man yells at cloud kind of thing, you know what I mean? But she's a young person, and the stuff that she goes through on this video, I'm going to get into because I want to talk about it in more depth next week. She was very, very astute. You could tell that she really understands music. It's very cool. But speaking of like this,
hold on, wait a minute. Hey, folks, if you're watching. And I'm trying to respond to your comments, but Facebook is acting a little goofy. So don't think I'm ignoring you. I see your posts. Go ahead.
So both Snarky J and Critical Drinker posted videos this week about the end of television. And I want to get your take on this.
Sure.
They both said similar things. I put the link to Snarky's link in the notes because she's a smaller channel, and I really think that this young lady has a lot of potential. She's like a great, like, all-American girl. She's she's in her early 20s. She has a great relationship with her father.
What?
Like crazy. Yeah, she talks about her dad and doing stuff with her dad and stuff all the time. You know what I mean? She's like, and but she's really smart, and she loves movies, and she loves a lot of stuff I don't like. Anime, Disney, stuff like that. But she's very she's good takes on things. But they both kind of put out these videos this week talking about television. And so let me ask you this. Go ahead, Mr. Pittsburgh. You need to respond to somebody.
No, I'm just saying hi to Bill.
Oh, okay. Hi, Bill.
Yeah. Bill is finding ways to sabotage our podcast by messaging me.
Okay.
But no, Bill, your son's guitar, awesome. Okay.
So one of the things they both pointed out, and I'm gonna let you guys go check out their videos and enjoy that. We're gonna just kind of pick out a couple things I want to talk about. First of all, when we grew up, the show was only on once a week.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. And so, like, when the $6 Million Man and the Bionic Woman fought Bigfoot, like, we all came to school on Monday
and talked about
it, right?
Yep.
It was like a cultural experience.
And everybody knew what we were talking about.
That was such a big thing that even kids that didn't really hung out together would kind of even bonded a little wee bit over that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, we would do now that still happens with football games and baseball games and hockey and things like that.
Once a week or whatever.
Yeah, with stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like, if unless you're into sports, which not everybody is, we don't have that anymore. The television releases the whole series at one time,
and you may watch it today. I may watch it 2 weeks from now. And
it expired. You had to turn the TV on at 8 o'clock on Wednesdays.
Right.
You know what I mean? To see 8 is enough.
Yep.
Or you didn't see it. And you had to wait till the summertime when they played the reruns to hopefully catch it, that episode that you missed. Okay, if you were a big fan of that. And also, television shows, for the most part, ran almost 6 months. Most television shows from the 70s, 80s, and 90s in the early 2000s had 24 episodes.
Yeah.
So there wasn't that. By the time the season was ending, by the time the season ended and like the summer was going, it didn't take long for them to start getting excited for the next season. And so like you had, you know what I mean? So like, so we're going to contrast that with that and the third thing I want to mention is it was a kind of special event if a television show did like a 2-part episode.
Oh yeah,
that was a special event. Sometimes Different Strokes did this, and so did Family Ties, where they did like a very special Family Ties, and it would be an hour long. And
right.
They tackled some kind of in-depth topic,
sure.
and stuff like that. And so that was like those are like things that happen here and there. But for the most part, you could start if somebody kept on telling you like, oh man, I can't believe that you're not watching I'm just gonna say it. The Cosby Show. Okay, you know, it's so funny. So you don't have to go like, oh shit, like I have to start it from the beginning.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
every episode you can jump in anywhere,
Jump in, and you're good to
watch.
go.
And this, and it was considered, it was frowned upon to have things like to do television shows in the way that they do them now, where like each episode is just like a chapter. Like that was frowned upon because the networks and the showrunners, everybody too, were like, well, if somebody would discourage people from coming in the middle of the season.
Right. Oh, you missed so much.
Yeah, there's no sense of watching it now. You know what I mean? You know, where most shows, you didn't need that. You know what I mean? Most shows did this. They would actually give you the setup of the show in the opening credits.
Right.
You know, like the $6 Million Man, Steve Austin,
Here's
a
what
man
happened.
barely alive.
Yes.
You know, and they would show the little footage of the
so you
astronaut
know,
thing.
you know what the hell's going on.
So like it, so it took in about 20 seconds.
Right.
That you had all you needed to know to jump in wherever it was and enjoy it.
You're good.
So, like, what do you think? I mean, like,
Yeah. When Netflix started releasing entire seasons, and people started this new thing called binge watching.
yeah,
I'm like, it's kind of nice, but it's kind of like, I kind of miss the old days where you had an episode, you can go talk to your friends about it, and you know, just by the time the next episode came on, you were ready for it. You know, it's not like, oh, that episode ended, let's see what happens next, and just go through. Yeah, you're right. It was a whole cultural thing back in our day.
well, here's the thing I think, too, is the weekly thing gave your mind, especially if you were a big fan, gave your mind time to process the episode. And I believe you retained more.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're just on episode
together,
you like kind of all mills. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I mean, I bet if I would have watched The Sopranos week to week, I think like the story would have stuck with me more.
Ingrained itself a little
You know
more.
what I mean?
Yeah, because you're really paying attention.
Yeah, you're really paying attention, and also you're living with it over a longer period of time. You know what I mean? Like I may have binged the entire series of The Sopranos in 24 weeks, but like say I only saw it 24 weeks out of the year for 5 years or whatever.
Yes,
like I would have spent 5 years with those characters. Like they would have meant
in them,
they would have meant something to
Yep.
me, you know. And that was another thing. Like these characters were all like they were everybody from Dick Van Dyke to Jerry Seinfeld was an everyman.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
you were those characters. Like when you watch them on TV, like
That's somebody like me.
Seinfeld is one of the greatest shows ever because you were, and I think Frasier and a lot of these shows did the same thing where you really could identify pretty much with everybody.
Yeah.
There might be a couple real weirdos, but usually they made sure that there was something about each person that like you could relate to. So you would get attached. And if somebody left the series, you know what I mean? Like it
it's
was
like a death in the family.
Yeah, it was like sad, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and there was times when it was the death of the
Yeah.
show,
Yeah.
like when Ron Howard eventually left Happy Days. Henry Winkler was great, but he couldn't carry it. You know, he couldn't carry it. It was
you
gone
need
almost
the
immediately.
full ensemble
Yeah, I
with
think
Richie.
they did it. They may have tried to squeeze 2 seasons out of it. I think they maybe just done one. But you know, so because you lived with those characters for so long, like they meant to you, and then you became really excited. You missed them over the summer, and when they were coming back in the fall, you were really excited.
Right.
You know, and that we don't have that experience. And this is the case. You know, do you remember the MTV slogan? Too much is never enough.
Right.
I think we have
I
discovered
think it is.
it is.
It
Too
is.
much
Just
can
all
be
this
more than
overload
enough.
of-
Yeah, it's like it's bad.
Content and media. And,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and it's just you just don't care. Like, you know, the other thing is rarely would a series disappear for longer than the summer. Sometimes maybe they had some trouble and they would start in the like after Christmas.
Right.
That would happen here and there.
Yes, I can remember. Yeah.
But for the most part, that series started again within a year. Now, somebody was telling me that like they've dragged Stranger Things is still going.
Yeah, I
it
can't
doesn't
believe that.
actually have that many seasons, but it's been like on TV like way more
Sure,
years.
yeah.
Because it's taken a long time. And what ends up happening, and I'll tell you what, man, I loved Man in the High Castle, but I can't remember. I think it was between season 2 and 3, or 3 and 4. I can't remember. I was like, it took 2 fucking years to make. I was like, no.
Yeah.
I'm gone. I'm
No.
on. I don't. Now
Yeah.
completely lost. I tell you what, one show I did get dragged back into because I just had nothing. I couldn't figure out what I wanted to watch, and that was The Expanse. They did that with The Expanse. It took 2 years between the 3rd and 4th season, and I wasn't going to do it, and I had to kind of do a little catch up on the internet.
Right.
But I did go back to because I was just like I did like the series, and I just can't think of anything to watch. So so I saw rare though. Most of the time, people leave. That happens. People leave. And did you watch the Netflix series Mindhunter? Was filmed in Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Okay. Again, what did they do? 2 seasons?
2 seasons,
And they left you cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Because about the guy's kid and all that.
Yep.
And now they're like, well, we think we're going to bring it back. I'm like,
But
why?
I'll
What?
fucking
Like,
watch
what are
it.
you doing?
That was
It was
really
so good. That was excellent.
Yeah, I know. I remember I was driving through McKeesport years and years and years ago, and I think it was their old newspaper building that wasn't in use, and I drove by, but it said sheriff's office.
Oh, great.
And there were old police cars, like from the 70s, sitting outside the building. I'm like, what is that all about? Then I watched Mindhunters. That's where they had filmed the one scene. I'm like, oh, that
that's
explains
cool.
it. Took like a year or 2 for me to figure it out, but yeah, it was very cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But so I don't know what TV is really going to do.
Yeah.
I think we're headed into, especially with AI. So there's already this talk of people of studios licensing properties that you would pay like a subscription yourself, and you could plug it into your AI.
Okay.
And make the AI do whatever you want. So like I chimed in on, it was Dave Cullen. I talked on his YouTube channel. I said, first thing I would do is I would fix the Star Wars sequel trilogy. I would tell AI to I would fix it. You know what I mean? I'd make it the sequel trilogy that I wanted.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
I think so they're trying to find a way to like monetize this, and I don't know if they're gonna be able to do that. I think AI is too wide open. I don't think that.
Hey, Alistair, I know you're out there watching. For some reason, I can't reply to your text. But Alistair, I'm going to tell you this about your last comment.
You bastards! You killed Kenny!
There you go. And you know what that means.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so
South Park.
Alistair, don't think I'm ignoring you. For some reason, it won't let me reply. That's why I've been liking your comment. But,
So anyway, I don't know what they're gonna do with TV and all of this. I mean, and maybe when AI comes in, we'll have like you could make your own episode of Friends or your own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, is that going to be better? Is that going to be worse? How Again, there's going to be there's even going to be less of a cultural touchstone because now you made your own friend.
Right.
I don't know. So there's nothing we can talk about.
Hey, did you guys see my life last night? No. Did you see mine? No.
I don't know. And then we could just be old men yelling at cloud. I'm not. I don't know. There were, I mean, one of the things that we hated about television was the commercials.
Yes.
But were the shows maybe better?
Because they're being.
Because like they had money behind them, and like you got to realize too, like as an income model, this streaming thing, I don't know, dude. Like you got big fucking money every week from Colgate or Nabisco or whatever, Lexus, Ford, whatever. You know what I mean? Like big
Ford
those companies paid big money.
Yeah.
They would want to sponsor the $6 million man.
Right.
They would want to sponsor Friends. They would want to sponsor Quincy. Whatever, and so they would pay big money, and man, everybody was making money, I don't, and now Netflix is creating if they haven't already done it, they have like a lower tier subscription fee where you see commercials.
Watch commercials. Exactly.
Commercials.
Yeah. You called that how many years ago?
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna have to.
Like,
I knew
it's
that.
not self-sustaining.
There's no way,
right?
That like that $12.99 a month. I don't care how many subscribers you have. Isn't gonna be enough for you to make movies and things like that. They make their own original. They made a fucking Star Trek movie. It sucked, but they made it. It had like CG special effects and a list of a gazillion people that worked on it. You know, and like that shit ain't cheap. You can't do that the way they made it. If you can't make money with with movie tickets,
right?
Which come out, so you pay a movie ticket to see. You're paying instead of $12.99 a month to see whatever.
Right.
You're paying $12.99 just to see that movie, or maybe a little bit more, $15.99, whatever.
Look at this one. The cat's coming through
the cat's coming through the through the desk here. But you know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's actually a better financial model.
Yes.
I think that the streaming like that we need to. We all like the convenience of it, but you know, I think that it has some downsides that you know, I don't know, man. We're gonna see. We're heading into a new world.
New world.
I went crazy on that.
You went crazy.
I don't know.
You went nuts.
I don't know how we're gonna do if there's going to be an actual second segment or not today, guys.
Yes.
Real quick, I want to tell Mr. Pittsburgh because I gave the staff the week off last week because of Labor Day.
Yeah, that was nice.
And so I did a all music podcast.
Oh, did you?
I did all music, and put it up on Rock Rage.
Okay, cool.
And it was super fun. I just got to be, Loudini the DJ.
Loudini the DJ.
And it was fun. I did it here. I had a giant bottle of bourbon.
Yeah.
And I was sipping that, and I had the lights low because I didn't have to have any camera or nothing like that.
Loudini after hours.
Loudini after dark. Loudini after dark. I may have even said that.
Oh, that's great.
But yeah, so that was super fun. I'm glad I got to do that. So
cool.
So Mr. Pittsburgh is here.
What's happening?
Mr. Pittsburgh? You've had a kind of a crazy situation. You have been. I feel like Tony from Kill Tony. I've been molested by 14 people. Yeah. Oh my Lord, Dr. Phil. What do you have to say about that? Which one was your favorite? Oh, Dr. Phil, no,
Dr. Phil.
No.
That's great.
They're great. So what if you had a crazy
working
your ass off.
Today was my 8th day in a row working. Are you okay?
8 days a week.
Yes,
like
I've been singing that all day.
Really?
Replacing the lyrics as I go. But anyway, yeah. So and that's why we're doing this Wednesday on Rock Rage Live is because I was basically working Monday and I was dead tired, but I've been rejuvenated by the power of Loudini. Oh,
the
my
power
gosh.
of Loudini.
Power of Loudini.
From the mind of Loudini.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. So what have I been doing? All right. Well, I'm going to entertain you folks here real quick. So, yins all know I'm Pittsburgh Kevin. But where did Pittsburgh Kevin come from?
You said cum. You came from cum. That's where we all come from.
Exactly.
Come from cum.
That's nothing new.
Where do you come from?
Pittsburgh
cum.
Kevin. Yins don't know nothing.
So next time I'm in a bar and somebody, so where are you from? Cum. What? Yeah, I'm from cum. Aren't you from cum?
No. You're thinking of my cum cousin. Anyway.
Cummins' cousins.
Yes.
Dude.
Yes.
Dude,
yes. Go ahead.
I gotta tell you, speaking of cousins, dude, this is so fucking.
Yes.
This is horrible.
Oh.
This is fucking horrible.
Okay.
If I wasn't a little tuned in, did you see that? You ever seen that video that's going around on TikTok and stuff? But the guy's he's kind of drunk. He's like, I just hover between. Remember you saying? He breathes into a breathalyzer.
Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah.
Mr. Leahy.
Yeah. Mr.
Yes.
Leahy.
Yes.
That's great.
That's
somebody edited it and said like this is
tip off.
Yeah. Somebody edited it and had something on there like this is every drummer or something like that. But no.
Oh,
no,
Lordy.
dude. I don't know. I was about to tell you something absolutely family.
Okay.
So cousins.
Ooh.
So
Yes. Good thing you're here.
so rest in peace. She was a fan of the show. My cousin Carla passed away a couple years ago.
Yes,
okay?
I remember Carla.
So when you have a Facebook account, Facebook, it doesn't go away, and those little announcements say it's Carla's birthday.
Oh, really?
It was Carla's birthday this week. Rest in peace. And I don't think she would mind me telling this story because it's
sure, why
fucked
not?
up. So I got a notification
Uh-huh.
to wish Carla a happy birthday.
Okay.
And, we all did. My sister did, my cousin, it's cousins Annette, and Marie, and Bobby, Robbie, we all got it. Well, there's cousins that don't live around here.
Oh, no.
And
they got the notification too?
There's also a little bit of in between the two sides here.
Okay.
And my cousin, I guess it popped up on my cousin Joyce's Facebook.
Uh-huh.
And she just responded with "Happy birthday."
Oh, Lord.
Big smileys.
That's great.
My sister sent it to me, and I could hear Carla's sisters. We were laughing because already could hear the Wagner girls. Like, whoa, just So it was just like one of those, like, ow. Things that make you go,
Exactly.
So anyway,
oh my God.
So you didn't have anybody die this week, did you? You worked 8 days.
No, I didn't have anybody die.
But you did.
Yet.
So did you get into anything other than work, Mr. Pittsburgh?
Oh yeah,
or did you get into any fun at work? I know in today's world that's kind of frowned on.
You're allowed to do that.
Maybe things loosen up a bit. Maybe we get back to having fun at work.
I always have fun. That's the reason I went in today. I was actually supposed to be off today, but
it was so much fun.
It was so much fucking fun. No, but I really like the people I work with. They're a good group. So I actually went in to help out one of my other coworkers today for a little bit. So that was cool. But yeah. So everybody knows me as Pittsburgh Kevin, and I do the voice. But I was just going to tell you where the voice came from. Okay. Now, if you meet me on the street, I talk like this. I'm like, hey, what's going on? Hey, yes, I love Rush. Funny you would say that. I just talk normal, right? So I had to get this Pittsburgh accent from somewhere, okay? Right? You know what I mean. Gotcha. And let me tell you the story how I got it. So I was in the Army many decades ago, and one of the guys, his name was Mom. We called him Mom because he had, of course, a tattoo of the word Mom and a heart on his thing. Anyway, Mom goes, hey, O'Connor, where are you from? I said, I'm from Pittsburgh. He goes, no, you're not. I'm like, excuse me? He goes, no, you're not. He goes, I'm from, where was he from? East Liverpool, Ohio. He goes, and we get all the Pittsburgh stations. You're not from Pittsburgh. You don't sound like you're from Pittsburgh. To which I go, what are you talking about? Of course I'm from Pittsburgh and that. What, you jag off? And he goes, oh my God, you are from Pittsburgh. I'm like, yes. Yes, just because I don't sound like that. Now, where I got that was from one of our DJs in the morning on WDVE. It was the Scott Paulson Jim Krenn show, and Jim Krenn, a local comedian and personality, radio host, he came up with a character called Stanley P. Kachowski, and Stanley was very Pittsburgh. And that is how I learned the Pittsburgh accent, because everybody I knew in Pittsburgh did not have that Yinzer accent.
Yes, they did. They just didn't have it to that degree.
I
got called. Yeah. My vocal coach early on listened to my podcast, and she's like, "You got to lose the Pittsburgh sound in your voice." And I'm like, what do you? I said, I don't have a Pittsburgh. She says,
oh yeah.
And she started doing it back, and I'm like, oh my god, it's subtle. It's like not real overt, but she was pointing it out to me because she works with speaking and voice. So
So she's tuned into that.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. So we all have a smidge of it.
No, I ain't got none of it. Yins are crazy now. But so that is where I got Pittsburgh. And then years ago, I think I came up with a character Pittsburgh, Kevin, which was a takeoff of Jimmy Krenn. So I'm going to say it right now. I borrowed it from Jim Krenn. And thank you, Jimmy, because you're awesome. And Yins taught me how to talk Pittsburgher and
that. Jim is a musician.
Jimmy Krenn?
Yeah.
I call him Jimmy. Because we're on a first name. Yeah, well, I know Scott was. It still is.
Yeah, because I was talking about my vocal coach, Beth Clausen. She does a porch concert series in the summer.
Okay.
And Jimmy plays at it sometimes.
Oh, yeah. I follow him on Facebook, and I've seen some pictures, but I didn't realize he's actually performing. That's awesome.
Where is?
All right.
So, but yeah, okay, cool.
Yep.
What else? I talked for a long time. You got something else?
Yeah, of course. I got lots of shit. Oh, dude, I figured it out. We've talked about this in the recent past, and I finally figured it out after the 8,000th TikTok and YouTube video of David Lee Roth's current tour.
Okay.
I figured out what's going on, Lou.
What is going on?
David Lee Roth is punking us. Dude, how can you get up there with that big old shit-eating grin like he's demented and he's hitting every note but the right one and swinging his arms around and kind of kicking a little bit, and the whole time he's got that shit-eating grin on his face, like
when Joaquin Phoenix did the rap album.
Yes, that's
what he was
gotta
doing.
be it. He is punking us. So good job, Dave. You had me fooled, bro. Oh, okay. I'm gonna tell you this other story. This is very, very cool.
Tell a good story about Tony Harris.
Very close. It's not Tony Harris. It's another artist we like. Okay. Anyway, so I'm at work the other day. This guy, he's probably older than me, so he's like maybe early to mid 60s. I'm sorry, I wish 60s. Okay, and he pops his head in the back door of the kitchen. He goes, hi. He says something to our one sous chef, and the guy's like, yeah, sure, okay. So the guy comes in. And he's like, hey, you mind if I walk around? I don't give a shit. I don't own the place. I'm like, yeah, go ahead. So he's like walking around and stuff. And I go to my sous chef. I'm like, who the hell is that? He goes, oh, it's a new guy. His name's Colin. I'm like, oh, he actually is an employee. I thought it was just a customer walking around, right? So Colin comes back, and I didn't know his name. And I said, hey, I'm Kevin. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. He goes, oh, my name's Colin. Colin, nice to meet you. He's an older guy.
Colin Hay?
It's nothing.
But
no,
awesome.
he
Who
had
can it be
he had
now?
both of his eyes were straight. Oh. That was mean, Lou. Why did you say that? So anyway, as he's walking by, he's talking to some other people, and he says something about, "Oh, what do you expect? I'm from Toronto," and I'm like, "Whoa, you're from Toronto?" He goes, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yin's no Russian that?" He goes, "Actually, I grew up down the street from Alex Lifeson. He and I knew each other." I'm like, "What?" And Colin's like, yeah, matter of fact, because he obviously works food service. He goes, back in the 90s, when Alex opened up a golf club up in Toronto, since we knew each other, he asked me to help open up the restaurant. I'm like, oh, no way.
Yes way.
But then I'm like, am I being punked? But I'm like, okay, this guy's like in his 60s. It's not like he's some young kid going, yeah, I knew Alex Lifeson. And
you could be a weirdo, Kevin. Like,
no, dude.
I want you to research this story,
okay,
and do some actual investigative reporting this week, and come back next week and tell us what you found out about it.
Alex,
willing to take your story at face value at the moment,
yeah.
But I'm just curious to see, because this might be a really interesting thing, to know, and if he is just fucking around,
I don't think so.
Wonder why he would be doing that.
Yeah.
Okay. And we don't know, because
homework.
There's this thing that
I got work.
Maybe you heard of.
Yeah.
Called weirdos.
Lou. Colin would never lie to me. He's not a weirdo at all.
You met him once.
He's a nice
So wait a minute.
fella.
So have you met him since?
You know what? Now that you mention it, nobody else saw him.
So he's like Snuffleupagus. His name, that's his name. Start calling him, if he ever comes back, call him Snuffleupagus.
He's my imaginary friend, Lou. You don't talk bad about Colin.
Listen. Only our Gen X listeners will have gotten that fucking joke.
The hell are they talking? What? Snuffleupagus? What? What did he say?
Oh,
but
my
that was kind of cool. I am going to look into it. I did look into the Toronto Golf Club, and it is true. Alex is partial owner of the place, and it did open around the time Colin said. So
maybe.
I'll check into it. I just thought it was really cool.
If he does know Alex Lifeson, we should try to get him in here for a few minutes and do an interview with him.
Yeah.
Because that's how marketed. Alex Lifeson's neighbor. Hey, dude, we interviewed Alex Lifeson's neighbor.
That's right.
And we could do, that'd be hilarious. We could do a little marketing blurb with that, and just play it up like we, like very self-aware. Is that the word I want? Like very super self-aware. We're so big. We have Alex Lifeson's neighbor.
Old neighbor.
That should be a podcast segment. We should go find the neighbors of rock stars. And the more fucked up they are, the better.
Yeah.
I mean, I am talking like crackheads and shit.
I like it. I like it. Man. The idea is they just keep coming here on the Loudini Rock and Roll Circuit.
I wonder if we could just make that up.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
But it would be even better if we could actually find, because then I think then it becomes like a big thing, dude. We get we do like YouTube series, and we can, and people are, because then we're making big money. We're getting paid to go to these different cities where these people grew up, and try to find their neighbors, and it will be called "I Lived Next to a Rock Star."
I like it. Oh my gosh! All right, back to you now.
Oh, really?
I've talked a lot. Yeah.
Oh, whew.
Ooh.
Oh my
Lord. Goodness.
So, if you play through an amplifier as a guitar player,
sure,
you might be canceled.
What?
So, I'm going to be playing at some point in one of the second segments some music by a guy who I really. Guitar people know who he is, but I think everybody should know who he is. He's an amazing musician. He's a great singer and a songwriter and guitar player. His name's Rob Chapman.
Oh, yes.
Very, very good. And so I ran across a talk with his on his channel talking about how, there's so many, it's places where, they don't accept guitar amplifiers. Like the sound techs and stuff like that, they won't accept it. You have to have... like a plug-in, modeling thing, you know what I mean? With Line 6 or a Kemper or whatever. And it's just, considered, it's kind of just becoming industry standard.
Wow.
It's weird.
Kids today.
I think here my the only thing I'm going to say about that is, everybody's like, oh, they sound great and everything. But my thing about it is, they are still a copy of something.
Right.
If all we're doing is having these copy sounds. See, what made Jimmy Page so great is he had his own sound.
Right.
He didn't model somebody else's sound. He wasn't, you know what I mean?
Sound.
He sat and twisted the knobs and everything and made what he wanted.
Exactly.
And there's people who could probably argue, say, oh, people are doing that with digital. Maybe. To me, there's a lot of shit sounds like a lot of the shit.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about this more. When I mentioned that video at the beginning of the podcast, we're going to get into this more in another episode. I'm going to do a deeper dive into this whole idea of homogeny. Is that the word I want?
Sure, I like it.
Versus novelty.
Okay.
We'll get into that in another show. But anyway, so I just think that it's a kind of, you were talking about WDVE, Jimmy Crenn and everything. One of the things that happened this week, again, this is sad, is the WDVE sign was taken off of the Flash Cube in Pittsburgh. And, my God, it didn't matter. Even though I haven't listened to DVE in a long time, every time I drove by, I just put a smile on my face. Yeah. It gave so many great memories of Jimmy and Steve.
Jimmy and Steve.
And then, Jim and Crenn.
Hey, Michelle.
Yeah, Jimmy Crenn and Scott Paulson. Paulson's Crenn. You know what I mean? Michelle, Hirsch, all these, what's his name? Mike, oh man,
who?
I can't
DJ?
remember. Yeah, it just went out of my head. He's a blues musician too. I can't remember his name. Just went out of my head. But anyway, so all these, that and the music and the songs and growing up and listening. Somebody would have a boombox on the bus in the morning, and we'd be listening to the morning show.
Yeah.
Everybody listened to it. There wasn't any, there wasn't anybody saying, "Hey, put on some other channel." Everybody just accepted this is what you listen to in the morning. And they didn't they weren't Howard Stern. They played music too.
Right.
You heard a lot of music on there.
Yeah.
So
but they took the sign down and it's like I saw it. The Cube, by the way, is it's a building and it almost looks like a giant Rubik's Cube, but it's all gold. And it's all broken into little squares. And for decades and decades, the WDVE 102.5 WDVE logo huge sign has been on the side of that because that's where they used to be located. But it came down this week, and it was it was like a death of the family. Yeah, like, oh man,
it was sad.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, watch out if you got an amplifier. Your days might be numbered.
Canceled.
What do you got?
Well, let me see what I got on mine. Let me pull up on.
Let
the
me roll up to
sidewalk.
the sidewalk and take a look.
So we
speaking of David Lee Roth,
exactly. Anyway, so
dude, that's a good idea. That's I want to. That's right. That's what you talked about. I want to. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. Yes. So the new Spinal Tap is coming out. All right, I will probably go see it. So now everybody's doing retrospectives on the original Spinal Tap, and I listened to a podcast called What Went Wrong, and it's basically behind the scenes of movies and how it's a miracle any of them ever get made and stuff like that. So they talked about Spinal Tap, and I'm
Spinal Tarp.
Spinal Tap. It's just a fad. Anyway, and I like the podcast, but they're not Gen X. They're younger people, like probably in their 20s, and they misquote the movies all the time. Now, this is hard for you and me to believe because we never misquote anything here on this podcast. So it's
I've never said anything wrong my entire life, not once. Who's gonna get them? Did you get that movie reference?
No, you're gonna have to tell me. Dude,
we'll watch the clip. Vampire's Kiss with Nicolas Cage from the 90s.
Oh, I've never seen it.
Oh, dude,
I'm sorry, don't hate me.
It's a hilariosity. It's so bad it's good.
Oh, okay. Well,
go ahead. Continue.
Anyway, so they misquote the movie. All right, I got past that, but I learned a lot of kind of cool facts. I'm just going to share one with you. When they were casting the movie, they actually cast real musicians because Harry Shearer.
Get the fuck out of here,
dude. Serious.
Get out of town.
Anyway,
I think I might have been a Stanley P. Chakowski.
That might get out of town. But one of the people they cast was John Sinclair. He was a keyboard player. He was going to be the Keebler. He was going to be Viv.
The Keebler.
He's going to be.
He's going to be the Keebler.
He's
the Keebler elf.
John Sinclair was going to be Viv Savage, right?
I think like what they should have done with the elves in Lord of the Rings, it just made them the Keebler elves. When AI gets going and I can do that, I will make my own Lord of the Rings and I'll make the elves Keebler elves.
Nice, Ernie.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm having too much fun at your expense.
I'm having a blast too. All right, so John Sinclair.
John Sinclair.
Lord Jesus.
John Sinclair.
Lord Jesus.
Sean Sinclair.
Somebody help me. Somebody come here and help me. John Sinclair was cast as the keyboard player. However, he had to back out of the film because this little band he was in at the time was doing a European tour, a band by the name of Uriah Heep. Now, here's the thing. At this point, Uriah Heep was not Uriah Heep. It was... featuring Uriah Heep.
Bunch of fill-in.
Yes, basically, right? So their career was not going so well. And John Sinclair, he stayed in touch with Christopher Guest, who was Nigel, of course. And he would call him with stories from the road that was what was happening. And he said, we were booked.
So they were being real life Spinal Tap while Spinal Tap was being made.
Exactly. So they were booked. They were booked at a venue in the town, and they lost the gig. And their manager was able to score a show at an Air Force base. So is that
why it ended up in the movie?
That is exactly why it ended up in the movie.
Wow, that's great.
Because he called Christopher like, that's freaking hilarious. And then they wrote it into the movie. But I thought that was kind of cool, man.
Damn.
Yeah. So it actually happened.
Wow. They always say, make sure you're nice to everybody on the way up. Because you meet the same people on the way back.
Yeah.
So, just keep that in mind, kids.
Back to you, Loudini.
So, did you ever know? Okay, so there's a sneaky trick you can do. This is a web YouTube channel called That's Nice.
That's nice.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. That's so nice. So, just real quick. You can't. And I was taught this like when the internet first started, like kind of like you could do MP3s and you could put your music online. There were people saying, "Don't put the whole song. Put like a segment of it, and then like you want to entice the people to make a purchase." So Spotify is not something Spotify has ever encouraged,
right?
But some musicians have started doing this. Now they're doing a variation on this. And there's a lot of things different people are doing. Some people are putting like special content over the track. Like they'll do a like you get to hear like the first full 30, 60 seconds of the track, and then the volume goes down, and the musicians might discuss how they recorded it. Okay, and that's what you get. And then they encourage you to go either buy a physical thing or a download where you get all kinds. And that's the thing with the downloads and stuff what the guys are doing and the physical stuff. These artists are working so hard. They're not just giving you the album. It comes with all the special features, all the anything you want to know. So a lot of times it comes with signed stuff and everything. So it's this guy. That's nice was sort of encouraging people. But I believe hip hop guys. I love you hip hop guys because like the hip hoppers and rappers, man, they're the kings of fucking promotion. So they've probably been doing this 5 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
But that's just an example. Go check out his video. That's nice.
That's nice.
Go look at the channel. It's interesting, and it might spark some ideas you could do because I know that people are frustrated with that. But I've been saying for a long time, I believe you could learn to leverage it instead of it is 3D chess or something like that. In other words, don't play checkers when you can play chess. I don't know. One of those things. What do you got? I'm going to shut up.
All right. So we had talked about this earlier in the week, you and I, in our private conversations.
You said private. Oh, what are you going to talk about?
Kirstie.
Oh, yeah. Okay, good.
That's a good one. All right. So I just found this out not too long ago. Now, Kirstie Allen?
Kirstie Alley.
Hold on. Let me have another drink. Alan Kirstie. I'm a little tipsy. I'm just a little tipsy, kids. Kirstie Alley, actress known for Cheers. I remember her in Star Trek. Yes.
She's in Star Trek.
Yeah, she's in Star Trek in that. And one of my favorite movies, Summer School. She was really cool in that. Now, Kirstie Alley, sadly, no longer with us. She has passed away. But I just found out the story about her parents. The sad story about how her parents passed away. And this is how she found out about it. She received a call from her sister, and she said, "Mom and Dad are gone. They were in a car accident." And Kirstie's like, "Oh my God," very shocking, very sad, very shocking.
Do you want to tell the story, or do you want me to try to find it and play it?
Try and find it and play it because I can't do it. I can't do it justice. Oh, and I forget who was talking about it.
I think it might have been Barbara Walters or somebody of that ilk.
Maybe. Kirstie Alley. Just talk amongst yourselves there.
Kirstie Alley parents. Come on.
Come on,
Internet.
Oh, computer magic. Viv Savage. There we go.
Let's see if we can find the...
See, as soon as I see the video. Oh, okay.
Okay. No, I want to say that's a short. We need here it is. This is what we want. This is what we want right here. Make sure.
Okay, here we go.
Give me some volume.
Come on now.
Computer's
so slow.
It was slow.
In this time period, when I got a call that, first of all, you have to know that my mother was a very funny person. She and I were a little bit like
it is Barbara Walters.
Yes.
She's being interviewed by Barbara Walters.
Yes.
Okay.
Didn't mix too well. She was a very funny person. So anyway, I got this phone call. My sister called me, and I was in Los Angeles and said, "Mom and Dad have been in a car wreck, and Mother is dead, and Dad is dying." And I, of course, was falling apart. But all I knew was I had to get there. And I got there, and my sister and I, we were all sitting in this waiting room, and we were sobbing. And as I'm crying, I said, my sister's here, and I wasn't looking at her, but I said, "Where were they going?" And she said, "To a Halloween party." And I said, what were they dressed as? Why would you ask this? Why would you? And she said, the Odd Couple. And I said, oh. And I'm thinking, what Odd Couple? Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon? Well, what were their costumes exactly? She said, Mom was a black girl and Dad was a Ku Klux Klan man. Started laughing. And the whole family, I guess, had heard this conversation, and we all started laughing. And it was the greatest tribute that you could give my mother.
That's fantastic.
You know, and I really realized that through us, she existed. You know, she would continue. And that she had left us with...
That's just a freaking great story. You know?
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
I can only wish that when I die, there's some crazy story and gets everybody laughing and feeling better.
Exactly.
You know?
Oh, my God.
That's just absolutely priceless.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Mr. Pittsburgh.
That was beautiful. Kirstie Ellie.
So why can't Ozzy keep a guitar? Well, Ozzy, he can't keep a guitar player now for obvious reasons.
Right.
But he had this revolving door for years.
Yeah, he did.
So you can go to John Hanson Guitar. I will, spoiler alert, he really dances around it. And I'm going to tell you why.
All right.
Because Sharon and Ozzy were very ruthless business people.
Sure.
And they, you know... Man, how I make a joke? I was about to make a joke about a certain segment of the population that is known to be sometimes
frugal.
The word money grubbing comes up.
You say money grubbing, I say frugal.
Right, and they were kind of like that.
Right. Yeah.
Really bad.
Yeah.
And the other guy who was like that too was Ronnie James Dio, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He was terrible to work for. But you know, you had to really find a way to take your time with Ozzy and make sure you were leveraging it into something else. But I think that was it. This John Hanson guitar, I think is being way too nice. Like it's I think, and Sharon is Osbourne is terrifying.
Oh yeah,
I wouldn't want to be like, this is my manager. Oh yeah.
Oh man.
How the fuck do I get out of this thing like yesterday? You know what I mean? Like, and I think when I see people like Brad Gillis and some of the other guys that were just real short timers talk about it, the smile and stuff on their face always comes across as fake as fuck.
Right.
Like. I remember seeing Night Ranger. See, this is why you should listen to Loudini Rock and Roll Circus, because nobody's going to tell you this.
Yes.
I saw Night Ranger on American Bandstand, and they played Don't Tell Me You Love Me. And after the thing, Dick goes around for a minute, gets each person to say a sentence.
Right, yeah.
Or something, you know what I mean? Sometimes somebody makes a joke and he doesn't talk, he's the drummer or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he specifically talked to Brad Gillis, and he was like, Brad, he says, I knew that you played with Ozzy. Like, what was that like? And he goes, they're just, Ozzy's so wonderful. It was just such a wonderful experience. And to my, whatever I was, 14-year-old eyes and ears, I was going like, I smell something.
Yeah,
Some don't smell right, in the way he answered it. The smile looked fake as fuck. And like he was almost looked like Dick, of all things to ask me.
Right.
Like,
why would you
bring that up?
That?
Yeah. And or maybe he expected it to come up because it was a thing people in the industry knew. So he was kind of like had like an answer prepared or whatever.
Right.
But I thought from right then there was something stinky with Ozzy.
Yeah.
And this is one of the things I'm just going to kind of say the quiet part out loud. Like, I mean, his contribution to music cannot be quantified. It's amazing, what he accomplished, through all the different eras of his career. You know what I mean? Nothing against that, but I don't think that him and his wife are good people. I think that they had some. I think they had some. I think what I mean. They had some situations, and like I hope that maybe Ozzy, as he got, sometimes when people get old and they get sick, I hope that he tried to make some peace with some people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because like that would be unfortunate. Something you wouldn't want there. I don't care how rich you are, how famous you are. You know what I mean? But I mean, not to take anything away from what he did music. Here's the thing is, and this is very true about so many people. We look back in history and they did great things, but they made some things questionable things.
Sure.
And then some of it is you got to place in the time and era and stuff.
Right.
But sometimes it is just that really wasn't very nice.
Yeah.
That's all good. That's it. That is the John Hanson guitar. If you want to watch his video on that. What do you got? You got something else?
Oh, I had one more thing. Yeah. Now I remember.
Yeah.
Hey, Lou, you know me.
Yeah.
Lou.
It's all Beatles all day on the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.
So, I'm on the TikTok here, Lou, and I both enjoy posting, yes, and I enjoy watching, and
it's like Ortega tacos, right? Do you enjoy making them or do you enjoy eating them?
Exactly, sir. I enjoy making them and watching them. So anyway, and eating them. So anyway, I get a message from this guy. He's like, hey, really enjoy your videos. I was wondering if you would maybe consider playing some music over a track I have. Let me know. And I wrote back. I said, look, I got to be honest. I noodle around on the guitar just for my own entertainment. And I said, no, I'm not interested. Thank you, though. And he wrote back, okay, great. I'm going to give me your email address so I can send you the... I'm like, mother... Lou. Oh, he offered me $500, Lou.
Oh, wow.
$500. So I'm sure all he would have needed was my bank account number to wire me that. No. So, hey, Yin's kids out there, if you're on the TikTok, be careful, okay? Because you may find this hard to believe. There's some unscrupulous people on there. But, I thought that was pretty entertaining. I'm like, yeah. And then when I went back to like yell at him or answer, I said no. You're gonna find this hard to believe. He was gone. The account was gone. It just disappeared. That's funny.
I heard that Seinfeld has he's working on a new show. I don't know what it's going to be on, but he's absolutely got Michael Richards.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. He thought that was another thing that was bullshit. Anyways, great video on JPearlTV. This is, when these videos come out of our heroes singing.
Right.
And, everybody's, oh, man,
he's horrible. Except for David Lee Roth, it's intentional. He's punking it.
Right. People pull up their noses like their own shit don't stink. And I got to tell you, man, do you understand what these guys are doing to their bodies when they perform that way night after night? They're doing something that is like you're not really body really designed to.
No.
And you're doing it with some of the most delicate parts of your body.
Your throat.
Your throat, your just whole aperture there, your sinuses, everything. And things happen to people as they age. I'll give you an example. I have a deviated septum. Okay,
deviant.
It gets more and more deviant all the time, and it does change the timbre of my voice.
Huh.
Okay, so when you're singing, you're using all those passages and stuff in your head and face and everything. So you're good singers, like they're playing those things like instruments and making different resonations and everything, and that's what makes the voices so freaking cool. Okay, but I mean, you're using very delicate stuff and over and over and over and you're pushing it to its limit.
Yes.
I mean, the way that some of these singers sang and sing, like even somebody like who isn't even, some people may not even say he's even that great, like Bon Jovi. That music is kind of challenging for a male voice.
Yes.
And he did what he did, whether you like Bon Jovi or not. He did what he did very, very well for a long time.
Yes, he did.
Okay? So that type of singing that he's doing, like, dude, you got to cut the guy some fucking slack. This guy brings us, J Pearl is, I believe, he's in an incarnation of Quiet Riot at the moment.
Oh, is he? Okay.
And he was,
okay.
and he was, and I really appreciate. I should have go back. I should go back and leave a comment because I really appreciated what he was saying. Because I mean, and he really tried to educate people on like what singing is all about, and like the littlest things will affect the sound of your voice. It's like, and then he talks about the psychological pressure and what you should do versus what most guys end up doing. You know, and very often as a vocalist, like, you know, you can't party. No, like you absolutely
destroy that
some
instrument.
guys start out and they think they're gonna and they realize, oh fuck, like I'm gonna be, you know, I mean, this is one of the reasons why I think Mick Jagger's been around so long, is because like he realized early on, like, wait a minute, like I gotta pick one or the other, you know what I mean? And again, not the most greatest singer in the world, you know, by that standard, but still. So this is a really good video, and it's one I want to share that in the group and stuff, because I think more people need to become aware of like what these guys are actually. David Coverdale. I mean, it's just like, and then when you hear somebody like a Glenn Hughes, who at almost, you know, in his mid-70s sounds fucking great, like, and he's kind of a pariah. You know what I mean? He's kind of the exception. Also, he was not, he wasn't like on it the way like somebody like a Robert Plant or David Lee Roth was, where they were like, you know, like he had a big stint he had a stint in Deep Purple for a little while, but David Coverdale was doing a lot of singing at the time too. Yeah. So he didn't, you know, and in any case, there's reasons why he may not be beat up as those other guys were. But you have to, it's just, you know, it's all stuff you have to take into account before you just start, you know, it makes me, bashing people. Other than Vince Neil, he's always sucked. Let's take a look here.
Yes.
Where do I want to talk about?
I don't know. There's some things there left.
Okay. Maybe we'll talk about the. I'm trying to edit. I'm self-editing. I apologize. Okay, so Led Zeppelin did this album called "In Through the Outdoor."
Yes.
You know, and then Prince later on wrote that song "Raspberry Beret," which she went in through the outdoor. And I always kind of wondered if that was a reference, but that's not what I'm going to talk about because I don't know that. What I'm going to talk about is a song by Led Zeppelin that I loved growing up, and it is a very different type of Led Zeppelin song. It is an actual kind of love ballad, and it's called All My Love. It's called All My Love. It's called All My Love, and the WDVE, you know, in Pittsburgh played it all the time, and it's a very beautiful love ballad. You know, it is more. There's acoustic guitar on it, and there's a lot of keyboards. There's a really cool synthesizer solo on it. That's really good. And Jimmy Page plays a great guitar solo on it as well. But Robert was grieving the death of his son, and Jimmy was so strung out on heroin he was essentially useless. So the whole project, and Bonham was drinking constantly. So the whole project fell on John Paul Jones.
Okay.
So almost all of that is him. They're his kind of songs,
right?
All My Love is Robert Plant wrote the lyrics. It's about his son.
Okay.
So it isn't technically a love ballad in the romantic sense, but it could be used. You could take it either way. It's one of those things. It's a really cool video from Vinyl Secrets. Vinyl Secrets, I subscribed to when I saw this, because this is really good. They do great like retrospectives and digging deep into things. So I highly recommend their channel. And it's a great story, and you should absolutely check it out. I discovered another channel called Why This Song. Okay. And we're going to talk about that next week. I got a great episode about Thomas Dolby that I want to tell you guys about. It's so fucking cool. Speaking of people from the past, do you remember Debbie Gibson?
I do.
She was this cute little girl who came out. She was 17, I believe. Debbie Gibson's first hit single. she came out with this song called "Only in My Dreams."
Right.
And it was a top 10 in the summer of 1987, peaked number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100. The song was her debut single from her album Out of the Blue, into the music charts at the age of 16.
Wow, okay.
Okay. She was the youngest artist to write, produce, and perform her own song and get in the top.
Wow.
Young, even in the Beatles.
Little Debbie Gibson.
He was 16. She was 16. She wrote that and played.
That's pretty good
played
for
all the
a
instruments
kid.
on it.
Yeah.
16-year-old
I
kid.
do remember that from back in the day.
I did not know that about her.
I do
I
remember
thought
that.
she was like a corporate thing, like
Right.
like a Tiffany, or you know what
No,
I mean,
no,
where they found
yeah.
a cute girl with a nice voice and put a microphone in
Yeah.
front of her, gave her some singing lessons, and
Yes.
told her to prance around, and relate to kids her age.
Right. Yes. I do remember she did it all herself.
So why am I bringing up Debbie Gibson?
Hey, how come?
She's got a new song,
Little Debbie Gibson?
and she's all grown up.
Oh, yes, she is. I mean, yes, she is.
Oh my! Hey now.
Why, Deborah?
Hey, now.
Deborah Gibson. She was doing the Deborah Gibson.
She went to Deborah Gibson, but I believe
I
she's
think
Debbie.
she's back to Debbie again.
I think she's Debbie.
'Cause that's how we know her.
Little Debbie.
Little Debbie Gibson.
Little Debbie's. I used to like to eat Little Debbie's.
Excuse me?
Little Debbie's was like the what? Little Debbie's was the what? Like dollar store hostess.
Yeah, it was kind of the economy hostess, yeah.
But
yeah.
they had their own
were
taste
good.
in their own right.
I'm
No,
just saying.
Yeah.
They weren't bad.
They weren't too bad at
You know what was
all.
bad? Tasty cakes.
Dude, so you don't like who bought Hostess and then relaunched it? Was it Tasty Cake?
Ooh, I don't think so. I don't know.
Maybe it was the Keebler Elves.
That's exactly who it was.
It was exactly.
One does not simply walk into Keebler.
Simply walk into Keebler. Oh, there you are.
Huh?
Walking into Keebler. That's
Walking
gonna,
into Keebler?
I'm just trying to see. She is Debbie Gibson.
Oh yeah, because
She
people
is-
know her
she's
as Debbie.
Don't
be so serious, Debbie.
She's
What
a
about Debbie?
little Debbie Gibson.
So you won't get that movie
So
reference.
I can't. I wasn't.
What about Debbie?
That sounds like like some drama about like a little girl who like was abused or something. You know what I mean? It would have been on after school on
Today, a very
ABC.
special ABC after school special.
Yeah.
What about Debbie?
That's what that sounds like when you said that. I'm like, oh, what about Debbie?
Starring Helen Hunt.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So
But yeah, Debbie Gibson got a song on the on the old hit parade.
it's on the hit parade. Yeah. It's called Legendary.
Ooh.
And it says me and Lee mix. So I don't know who Lee is. I didn't really read into it.
Oh, is it
But-
Mr. Ree?
No, there's a guitar player, and I think maybe that's Lee.
Okay.
And so there's actually a really it's very weird. It's a song from 2025 that she just wrote and released, but the guitar work is very 1980s hair metal kind of kind of
that.
thing. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
Even the way the guitar he uses, and the the tone and everything, it really has that whole thing,
all
and
right.
it works really well. Honestly, after I realized that was actually her song that she wrote, and she was playing the piano. It's just there's this like classical-esque piano thing at the beginning,
Right.
You know what I mean? It's 5.5 minutes long. Why not? This is the internet. You don't need to be 3 minutes and 20 seconds for radio anymore. So I'm not saying it's great. It's Debbie Gibson.
It's Debbie Gibson.
It's Debbie Gibson. But I think that it's a curio.
Okay.
It's one of those things that kind of like,
Sure.
okay,
All right.
that's interesting.
Yes.
For instance, I had to go out to a Napa Paints way out in East Kabum, and when I got there, their shop was very quaint. It was not what I expected. It was like an older building, and in the window in the front, they had this giant fucking chopper motorcycle.
Oh yeah.
And it was really cool. And and he's like, he's the reason we have it there is because people walk by and they come in.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? And it like creates a kind of a vibe.
Sure.
And so I got the whole story about this motorcycle and everything, and they were like, it was a curio. It was just something kind of like, interesting. I don't want to buy it
Right.
or whatever.
But I
And
wanna
it's just a kind of
take a
interesting
look
thing.
at it here.
And so I would say that about this song. It's just kind of interesting. You might,
All right.
you know what I mean? If you absolutely can't stand to hear any note that Lenny Gibson, Lenny
Or his
Kravitz,
sister-
or his sister Abby Microfiche.
Abby Gibbons. Abby Gibbons.
Debbie Gibson
Abby
sings or
Gibbons.
plays, then stay away. I don't want you to be offended.
Yeah. We don't want
God
you to be upset.
forbid.
Don't want you to be upset, Nat.
Okay, and there's one more. Well, where am I going? So
Okay.
we're gonna talk about movies real quick. I watched Godfather 1 and 2,
Okay, as you do.
and so what happened was I started watching these little
What had happened
analyses
was-
on YouTube of different scenes and different ideas and theories about the Godfather. I'm like,
Yes.
I got my Godfather batteries recharged, and So I got out my box set and I watched Godfather 1, the original Godfather, over like 2 nights, 2 sittings.
Yeah.
And then I watched Godfather 2 the same way, like over 2 sittings. Now, for many years, you know, I agreed with what most people say that, Godfather 2 is kind of better than Godfather 1. You know, I always thought of Godfather 2 as Empire Strikes Back.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
However, upon watching them back to back again, I found Godfather 1 so incredibly charming that, like, I have to say I think that's my favorite one. There's just something about it.
Yeah.
It's a time period in which it takes place.
Yeah.
And I love this sort of like, this is where you see Michael turn.
Uh-huh.
You see this thing and how he gets drawn out. And in Godfather 3, when he says, every time I think about, they pull me back in.
Right,
That's that
right.
great line, you know. It's like, it harkens back to that day when he leans over his father in the hospital and says, I'm with you now, Pop.
Yeah.
I'm with you now.
I'm with you now. Exactly.
And it's like, okay, you sacrificed everything. Like, he sold his soul right then. And then when he kills Sollozzo and McCluskey, like, that's it. You know, there is no turning back. He has now entered on the road to hell. And that's really, and so I think this is one of the reasons why, in a lot of ways, I think The Godfather 2 would have been way too dark. It almost would have been a horror film if it wasn't for all the flashback.
Right.
And that's one of the things that's so brilliant. They got Robert De Niro to play Marlon Brando as a younger man. Like, dude, come on. Like, that was fucking brilliant casting. It's fucking great. Bruno Kirby, you know, he's in it, you know. In The Godfather, you've got Abe Vigoda.
Right?
Fish.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
Classics.
it's so interesting. And
my boy, John Cazale.
yeah, John
I
Cazale,
love John.
and Fredo.
Yes,
you know, and there's
Fredo.
like all these theories online about Fredo and Michael killing Fredo and the whole thing. And there is I'm about halfway through Godfather 3, and I got to that scene where Michael's son, you know, Kay tells him, you know, he knows that you killed Fredo, and even Michael then is still trying to be in denial. In fact, that's how Godfather 3 starts out. He's getting honored for something with the church, and in the background they are playing that scene where he's standing by the window and the gunshot goes off.
Yes,
and
yes.
lowers his head. You know what I mean? Like that it is so chilling. But I think that the first Godfather. You know, and the thing, one of the things that's so great about it is like they're always eating this great food.
Oh, yes.
There's always food. The movie makes me fucking hungry. It's it's just, dude. Robert Duvall, James Caan. Okay, wait a minute. Al Pacino,
Yes, right.
and Marlon Brando, John Cazale, all in the same fucking movie.
Yeah.
And then all the peripheral actors are
Exactly.
dynamite. You know?
Dynamite. Exactly.
You know, it's just really, really good. I was like so happy that I went back and rewatched it, and
I watch it at least once a year. The whole trilogy,
I'm enjoying Godfather 3, but the thing that I always tell people is Godfather 3 is like if it wasn't a Godfather movie, you'd be like, oh, it's like that was a cool gangster movie.
Exactly.
You know, it'd been some cool gangster movie from the 90s.
Yes,
like, you know what I mean? But because it does not live up to the Godfather name. Oh, wrote into bit of trivia.
Yes.
that part of his daughter, Mary, was originally cast with Winona Ryder.
Was it real? Was it
She
really?
was originally cast, but she did that movie with Cher, Mermaids.
Yes.
And I think they were just doing tons of drugs.
Oh,
and
boy.
she said that she had exhaustion and she had to back out of the film. And so Madonna had auditioned for that, and I can't remember, somebody else had auditioned. Madonna would have been absolutely wrong.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people really hate on that Godfather 3 because of Sofia Coppola's performance in there. I don't know. It doesn't really.
It's not that.
It doesn't really bother me. It doesn't.
No.
I think though that again, it's a Godfather movie. I think that's the point that people are having about that.
Right.
Real quick about Sofia Coppola, she's gone on to be a award-winning director.
Yes.
She directed Lost in Translation, which
Did
is
she
like
do,
a lot of people's lists of one of the greatest films of all time.
Suicides.
Yeah,
Yes.
Virgin Suicides.
That's it. Yeah. I
She's
watched
a very
that.
talented lady. She comes from a talented family.
Yeah, I would have had no
Well,
interest
Francis's wife is a filmmaker. You know what I mean?
yes.
Their father did music for the films and stuff. You know.
Yeah, I would have. I wouldn't have watched the Virgin Suicides except for the fact that I knew that Sophia directed, and I wanted to see her work. And I'm like, okay, all right then.
Yeah. So no, I just want, and the other thing, I just mentioned real quick, I watched Lords of Salem again. This is the third or fourth time I've seen this movie. It's a Rob Zombie film. Sherry Moon Unit, whatever her name is in it.
That's her full name.
Right?
Lords of Salem. When did that come out?
You know what, man? It's a shame we can't find a way to figure that out.
Funny.
Lords of Salem, IMDb.
Oh, shite.
Okay, so this is a I'm gonna say, where are we? Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom, bada fuco. Can I just stay on the web browser?
Bing, you still here? I told you to go F your mother.
Yeah. Directed by Robert Zombie.
Oh, it's his formal name.
Yeah.
Robert.
Sherry Moon.
No unit.
Meg Foster is in it. Do you know who she is? She was in the one with I've come here to chew bubble gum. And kick ass. Bruce Davison is in it. He's great.
Yes.
Ken Foree. He's in Dawn of the Dead.
Yes.
Dee Wallace.
Oh,
He gets D in a lot of stuff. It is it's kind of a witchy-ish kind of stuff, but the first song in the movie, they play DJ. They play like I can't tell.
Is it a Debbie Gibson tune?
No,
Oh.
I can't tell if they're DJs, and I can't tell if this is an overnight show or it's an early morning show.
Okay.
All I know is like almost the entire film happens at night. There's brief sequences that happen during the day. But they have this radio show, and they're wrapping up their radio show at the beginning of the thing, and they end with Rush.
Oh.
And they play Spirit of Radio.
All right then. Perfect.
And it's just, I was like, so that sold me on the film immediately. You know what I mean? So I've liked that movie ever since. It is, when I watched it, I was like, there's things that reminded me of The Shining and stuff in it. And he said later on that man, I know I'm no Stanley Kubrick. He says, but this was kind of my sort of tribute to Stanley Kubrick.
Okay.
So
good.
I think it's noteworthy for what it is. It's a horror film, but I think it's noteworthy. It's new and noteworthy. That's not new.
But it's nerdworthy.
It's nerdworthy. So, anyways, guys, we're gonna go. Have a wonderful day.
Wait, before we do,
no, I'm leaving. It's too late.
Listen to me, you son of a bitch.
Arrivederci, you son of a bitch.
I just want to tell you something. A little historical fact for you. The PA Rock Show turns 21. This is our friend Bill. Jesus. Hey, Bill, I've had a few. Bill Damiano is telling me the PA Rock Show turns 21 on the 14th. So happy birthday, PA Rock Show. Thanks, Bill. All right, now you may go. You son of a gun.
This week in 1984, U2 released The Unforgettable Fire.
Yes.
And a shout out this week to birthdays by Joe Perry.
Yes.
and Jose Feliciano.
Can't go wrong with him.
Navidad.
Can't go
Don
wrong.
Powell, who's the drummer for Slade.
Yes.
And Jerry Beckley from America.
America.
Ben Orr, we lost him in 2000.
Yes.
This week. Spinal Tap is releasing a new album. The End Continues.
Yes. Perfect.
Motley Crue is a compilation from the beginning. Liquid Mike releases Hell is an Airport.
Liquid Mike, you're
Liquid
crazy.
Mike.
I could drink him up.
Upcoming in the near week, coming up soon, I think in the next week or so, we're going to have a Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham reissuing Buckingham
That's
Nicks.
right. Yes.
Wow. Are they still alive? Like,
Yeah, they're still alive in that.
so did you see the? I didn't see this. Nuno playing with Youngblood and Steven Tyler. They did Mama, I'm Coming Home.
I don't think so. I haven't seen it. Have not seen it.
He's Bruce Springsteen's going to release an electric version of Nebraska. So let me just. So
all
this is
distorted.
really interesting. Nebraska, the album Nebraska, which is an acoustic album, which is a really beautiful, haunting, great songs and everything. Shut up, you don't even like it. And Born in the USA were recorded at the same time.
Okay.
And they split them up into two albums.
Sure.
And but there were electric versions of all the songs from Nebraska.
Okay.
And they chose to go with acoustic to make the album Nebraska. And I think a lot of songs from Born in the USA, there are acoustic versions of.
All right.
So he's kind of putting some of that
That'd be kinda
material out now.
interesting.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting.
Yeah.
It's great. Look, man, like we're not. This isn't a political show, okay? So calm down. I can look at somebody's music and enjoy their music for what it is, without getting caught up in. I still think Bill Cosby's funny. I'm that guy.
Yes. Yes.
So, Rick Davies
Oh, yeah.
at 81, the keyboardist from Supertramp, we lost him.
Yep.
So it's it's been a happy week. Oh, by the way, Led Zeppelin this week performed under their name for the first time in 1968.
Wow.
And Who's Next? 1971 was released this week. David Bowie also released the single Heroes in 1977.
Oh, interesting.
And Elvis gets to come back on, and he's got to be filmed from the waist up on the Ed Sullivan Show.
Ain't nobody want to see them gyrating hips.
Yeah. You know that wasn't true.
I know.
Tom
That was
Parker
the-
made that up.
Colonel. Yeah.
I mean, how brilliant, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he read people. He knew that, like, make it taboo, and people will want it even more.
I want to know. Yeah. That's awesome.
I mean, that's one of the reasons why people
Colonel.
want to do drugs. You know what I mean? Like,
Plus, he has really good chicken, the Colonel. I'm just saying. I don't mean nothing by it.
I don't mean nothing by it. I ain't saying nothing. I'm just saying. I ain't saying nothing. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
Guys, go to rockrageradio.com.
Yes.
Go to musicfromthe412.com for great music content 24/7. Please come and hang out with us at innercircle.lulombardi.com. That is my private Facebook group for all things Loudini, guitar, all that kind of stuff. We're really hitting the guitar stuff hard there. So come and hang out. Say there. There's no trolling.
No.
Stuff like that.
We'll have none of that.
No politics, no religion, nobody,
No religion, too?
No religion. I'm messing with no religion. Kirstie Hine from the Pretenders. Ooh. Happy birthday this week. Buddy Holly as well. Yeah. So, anyways, guys, that's pretty much it. Mr. Pittsburgh,
hey,
is there
what's
anything
happening?
that you would like to add to for the audience's edification before we
Sure, I've got something to say. I'm going to say it right now. Hey kids, I'm on the TikTok there, so just find Pittsburgh Kevin, at Pittsburgh Kevin, all spelled out, and you'll get to see my shenanigans on the TikTok while you still can.
While you still can. Wow, what was it like?
I don't know, I just like to be honest.
Supplies are running low.
Yeah, make sure you get your order in now, okay? All right.
Okay. All right.
We did it, Lou. We made it through.
We made it through the rain. All right, guys. We'll catch everybody in the next Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. See you then.
See ya.